Hello, children. Here's your semester exam for Mr. McCourt's class. I know you're excited. Just listen to me. All right. The first, I don't know, however many questions are multiple choice or multiple guess, however you want to go about it. Still make sure you show your work. Make sure you got a calculator. Make sure you listen to this video. And here we go. Question number 1. What is the value of 3.2n when n equals 5? So you're just going to plug in 5 right there. Number and a letter beside themselves means multiplication. So work it out. Choose from A, B, or C. Number 2. What is the value of 5 to the 4th power? Now remember, if you're using your calculator, you're going to say 5, and then there's a little caret key. You hit that, and then you put in the exponent, the power. Number 3, we want to know the value of this entire expression, okay? Now, it may look like a lot, but you can plug this all into your calculator just like you see it. But instead of brackets, you don't have brackets. So use another pair of parentheses here instead. Number 4, which of these goes with this sentence? 5 less than the product of a number, which is n, and 6, is at least 8. Okay, so think about your hot words. Okay, right there. At least, product. Okay, so which one of these three would be 5 less than the product of a number and 6, and it's at least 8. Number 5. What is the solution to this equation? Solve. Remember, get rid of this number first and multiply both sides by that denominator to get rid of the fraction. All right, over to the next column. We have a car travels at an average speed of 45 miles per hour. How many hours would it take to go 540 miles? So in order for us to complete this problem, we're going to use the distance equals rate times time. All right. So they give us a rate, which would be here, and a distance, which would be that. We do not have a t, a time. That's what they're looking for. Okay. So, plug everybody in, solve for t, A, B, or C, which is your answer. Number 7, which ordered pair is a solution? So remember, first number is all these, the x, the second number is always the y. Plug in the y here and the x here, and see, work it out. Do you get the same number on both sides of the equation? If you do, then it is a solution. Only one of them will work. Okay, we want to know which one will work, where you work it out and get the same thing on both sides. Okay, moving on. Number 8, the relationship in this table is a function. Which ordered pair can be included in this relation? So basically, look at the pattern between the input and the output. All right? And which of these would fill the pattern? Okay? These would be the inputs. These would be the outputs. So basically, if you were going to add one more column out here, which of these numbers would you put in? A, B, or C? Number 9, what is the solution to that equation? Negative 25 equals x minus 12. Solve for x. Get x by itself. Okay, number 10, what is the solution to this equation? All right, just solve. Remember, to get rid of that fraction, I would multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply both sides by 5 over 3. And do the same thing to the other side. Number 11. Again, you're solving. Make sure that you distribute -4 and multiply him through to everybody in there. That's a -1x. Number 12. What is the perimeter of the triangle? The perimeter, of the triangle is 37 centimeters. What's the value of x? So when you add all three sides, side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, that gives you your perimeter. So we need to work backwards a little bit. We simply are going to take the three sides, which is 3x plus 2x plus 1 plus 2, and I'm going to distribute that for you already. 2x plus 8 equals 37. Make sure you combine your like terms first and then finish solving for x. And that's what they want in that problem. What is x? Again, 13, like the one a couple problems ago, you're going to solve and make sure you distribute that -3 first, then combine like terms and solve. 14 is a proportion, so we cross multiply. 2 times r, and then 5 times 18, and then finish solving for r. Here we go, number 15. Again, another proportion. So I always start with the letter first. 24 times x and 5 times 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Messed up big time there. Let me erase that. They want to know which one of these would be the problem if you were set up 5 is to 4 as x is to 24. So generally, top to bottom, top to bottom. So which of these would be the best one? Sorry, I goofed on that last one. Okay, which ratio represents the number of dogs to birds? So which of these ratios would be dogs to birds? Notice none of these are the same numbers that you see here. Make it a fraction and simplify it in your calculator. 17, you're solving the proportion, but remember that's going to be 6 times y plus 1, so you got to distribute, and then 18 times y minus 5. Okay, again, you got to distribute that number through, and then solve for y. Okay, number 18, last one on this page. Pretend you got a coordinate plane. It says a point is located 5 units to the right of the origin. So here's the origin. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of draw some lines here. All right. And now ask yourself, it says 5 units to the right and 4 units down. 5 to the right, 4 to the down. And then what would the ordered pair be? All right. Which of these would be the correct ordered pair? Okay, 19. So on number 19, let's zoom in. As soon as I hit the zoomer. There we go. All right. Remember, on a ordered grid, so this point, -2 and 3, he'd be over here. Which quadrant would that be? 1, 2, or 3? On number 20, the first number is always your x, the second number is always your y's. All right, with all three of them, you're going to plug in the number for x. So it's going to be 5 times what number plus 4 times what number. And you're trying to get 18. So which one of these, when you plug them in, will give you 18? Number 21, what is the x and y intercept? So remember, all you do is make it 2 small problems. 3x equals -12, solve for x, and then -2y equals -12. Oops. I can solve for y. Whatever you get for x and y, those are your ordered pairs. Number 22, they want the slope of the line going through these 2 points. So here's x1, y1, x2, y2. And remember, you want to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. On number 23, they want to know what's the slope of the line. Remember, lines are y equals mx plus b. The m is your slope. So who is the slope in number 23? Number 24. What is the y-intercept? Now, this is not in slope-intercept form. Okay, so you need to get it in slope-intercept form. We got to move people around. I would start by moving this 5x. Okay? Then rewrite your equation to be negative 4y equals negative 5x minus 12. And now you complete it by getting rid of this negative 4. Okay? And then whatever number we're left with over here, that's your b, that's your y-intercept. Which of these would it be? They want the slope and the y-intercept of the line. The slope is the m. Okay? The y-intercept is the b. So here's the line. We drew this in for you. The b, the y-intercept, where's it crossing the y-axis? And then what's the slope? Remember, slope is rise over run. 26, what is the function of the line? So basically, identify, first looking at the line, who's the b, the y-intercept? Where's it crossing the y-axis? Okay, that's going to be these last numbers. So it should eliminate one of them right away. And then go from this point to this point and determine what is your slope. Okay? And determine then A, B, or C for that function. Okay, number 27, which equation of a line with a slope of negative 2 and a y-intercept of 4? So who has a slope or an m of negative 2 and a b of 4? Which of these three? Which of these equations talks about this line? Notice he's going downhill, so the slope's going to be positive or negative. And also, look at the y-intercept, find your slope, see which one matches up. Okay, they've got 3 equations listed here. They want to know which one of these has a slope that would go through these 2 points. So you need to find a slope. So x1, y1, x2, y2, remember. Now, whoever has, when you work this out, the slope, whichever, 1/3, 3, or 2, whatever you get here, that's the one you're looking for. Okay, which function has the values f of 0 equals negative 11 and f of 2 equals negative 1? Hint, you're looking at ordered pairs. This is the x, this is the y, this is the x, this is y. So which of these 3 would that be? Okay, next one here, number 31. You just got to evaluate this, solve it. Plug it in your calculator, be careful. 32, 5 less than a number x is greater than 14. So you got to write this out as an inequality. Okay, this is a turnaround word. Here's x, and 5 is less than that x, and it's all greater than 14. $33, we want to find the x and y intercept. So like we did before, just go 3x equals 6, negative 2y equals 6. Okay? And then graph them. Whatever you get for the x, Put it on here, whatever you get for the y, put it there. Mark those 2 points and draw your line. 34 and 35, you're just solving the equation. Solve for x. Make sure you distribute -10. Multiply him into those guys first. 36 is one like we've done a couple of these. Finding the slope. Okay, just remember x1, y1, x2, y2. On number 37, you need to write this in slope-intercept. Y equals mx plus b. I don't want to write that there. You want it to look like this. They want you to identify the m and the b, and then graph it over on the right. But first, move some people around. Okay? And then make sure you finish solving and getting y by himself. 38. I want you to graph this x equals 2, so it means it's crossing the x-axis, because it said x, at 2. So what kind of a line are you going to have? And if you have a line like that, what kind of slope is it? Number 39. They gave you a picture of a graph. I'm going to zoom in here. They want you to write the equation. So they want you to write it in y equals mx plus b. So what's the slope? So here's a point, and here's a point. So you got to go down however many, then over how many. There's your m, and your b is where it crosses the y-axis. And number 40 is a bonus. All right, so give that a shot. Make sure you've shown all your work. If you have a question, please make sure you let me know. Have a great rest of your day, and have a great Christmas break. God bless.